Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing good today and welcome to the today's video. So, on today's video, we are going to talk about something on pods on Kubernetes and we will be talking about what is pod and few unknown facts about the pods. So, I have curated 10 points about the pods. So, this will help you on building your knowledge. So, don't miss the video for 5 or 4 seconds. If you miss it, you will be losing the knowledge. So please do watch out this video fully so that you will understand about what is pod and deep knowledge about the pod life cycles and all those things. So first you have to understand what is pods. In Kubernetes, pod is the smallest deployable unit that can create, schedule, managed by the Kubernetes system. A pod represents a single instance of running a process in a cluster, and it can contain one or more containers. As I said, it contains one or more containers. Is it possible to have multiple containers in a single pod in Kubernetes? In fact, it is a common practice that groups related containers within a same pod, as they share the same namespace, network namespace, I mean to say, and can communicate with each other over local host. So this is what is pod. Okay, so now it's time to talk about something on pods unknown facts. The first one that we are going to talk about is the pods are ephemeral. So what do you mean by ephemeral? So in Kubernetes, pods are considered to be an ephemeral, meaning they can be created and destroyed at any time. So this is because pods are designed to be disposable unit of the computation, and the Kubernetes manage the state of the application at higher level using replica sets, replica controller, and other high level constructs. So this is why we call pods or ephemeral. A single pod can have multiple IP address. So what exactly it means? So basically, a pod have an IP address assigned to them, but they can also have multiple IP address if they have a multiple network interface, or if they use network plugins like CNI. Basically, it's named as Container Network Interface. So point number 3 is all about pods are not atomic. So what exactly it means? So basically the pods can contain multiple containers, and these container can start and stop at different times. This means that the pod as a whole is not atomic, can potentially be a partially running state. Okay, so the point number 4 is all about pod can have init containers. So what it means? So basically, init containers are special type of containers. So that runs before the main container in a pod start running. Init container can be used for tasks such as initializing the database, downloading the data, or setting up the configuration files. So that's the reason the pods do have something called init containers. So it will get automatically created and it will get deleted once the pod is coming into the running state. So point number 5 is all about pod can access node metadata. So basically the pod can access the metadata of the node they are running on by making a request to the Kubernetes API server. So this metadata can include information such as the node's hostname, IP address, labels, and all those things. So that's the reason the pods can have an access to nodes, the entire metadata. So point number 6 is all about the pod's security policy. So basically, the pod's security policy can restrict the pod's behavior. So and basically, the Kubernetes provides the pod security policy, which can restrict the behavior of the pod based on the security policy defined by the administrator or basically DevOps guy. So these policy can restrict the use of privileged containers, host networking, and other features that can potentially pose the security risk. So that's the reason basically the pods can have a security risk, and the pods security policy can restrict the pods behavior. So point number 7 is all about pod can run multiple instances of the same container. So basically, the pod can run multiple instances of the same container, each with different set of configuration or environmental variables, basically env variables. So this can be useful for scaling an application or for running multiple copies of worker process to the processing a large amount of workloads. So that's the reason pods can run multiple instances of the same container. So the point number 8 is all about pods can have shared process namespace. What exactly it means? So basically, by default, containers within a pod share the same network namespace, but it also possible for them to share the same process namespace. This means that the process running in one container can be seen by the process running in another container within the same pod. So that's the reason pods can have shared process namespace. So the point number 9 is all about a pod can be in multiple phases at once. So basically, although the pod go through a distinct phase like pending, running, succeeded, failed, and unknown. So it's possible for a pod to be in multiple phases at once. For example, a pod can be in running state for one container, while the another container in same pod in failed phase. So that's the reason a pod can be in multiple phases at once. Okay, so finally we came at point number 10. So what exactly is this? So a pod can be connected to multiple services. So basically, the service are an abstraction layer that sits above a pod and can route traffic to the pod based on the labels and the selectors. And the multiple services can be configured to route a traffic to the same pod, making it easy to expose different part of application to different users or the services. So that's the reason pod can be connected to multiple services. So that's all I have, guys. I hope you might have enjoyed this lecture. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe it, hit a like button if you liked it.